These images, showing two of the UK's most powerful men, were published by the US Department of Justice last week, part of a massive 3.5 million document release known as the Epstein files. There were holiday snaps of former President Bill Clinton and Epstein released, and messages from Elon Musk asking for an invite to Epstein's wildest party.
Okay, let's unpack that. Hey everyone, welcome back to Hijabi Takes. Today, we are looking at the absolute dumpster fire that is the release of 3.5 million documents known as the Epstein files. We aren't just talking about holiday snaps anymore. We are looking at direct links between some of the most powerful men in the UK and the US and a convicted predator. From Prince Andrew's remorseless behavior to Lord Mandelson's questionable financial ties, the mask is slipping for the global elite. Before we get into these documents, I want to hear from you. Does anyone actually believe the "I was only there for the dinners" excuse anymore? Or is that just the billionaire version of the "dog ate my homework"? Let me know in the comments.
Lord Peter Mandelson, pictured in his underwear with a young woman inside a property linked to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
A room full of scriptwriters couldn't pen something more damaging or more improbable than this whole scandal.
And another disturbing image, a former prince crouched over a young woman.
The images are rather shocking, with this very sort of lascivious grin on his face.
These images, showing two of the UK's most powerful men, were published by the US Department of Justice last week, part of a massive 3.5 million document release known as the Epstein files.
Anybody who was meaningfully involved with Jeffrey Epstein either liked what he was doing, didn't care about what he was doing, or was deliberately indifferent to what he was doing.
There were holiday snaps of former President Bill Clinton and Epstein released, and messages from Elon Musk asking for an invite to Epstein's wildest party.
Elon Musk has shown himself to be an absolute and total liar and prevaricator with regard to Jeffrey Epstein.
In other draft emails, Epstein claims Bill Gates sought medication for a sexually transmitted disease, a claim the Microsoft co-founder strongly denies. Channel 9 aired an interview with him today.
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women.
His ex-wife Melinda French Gates responded to the files.
Those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
In the UK, a day after these images of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor were released, a woman came forward alleging that in 2010 she was sent by Jeffrey Epstein to the UK to have sex with the former prince.
She even, after a night with Prince Andrew, had a tour of Buckingham Palace.
The woman has hired US Attorney Brad Edwards. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor did not respond to 730's inquiries.
He said nothing. He's gone out riding. He seems to be happy to go out in public and seems very cheerful. And that is part of the problem, that he doesn't have any sense of remorse. He's not going to apologise.
Biographer Andrew Loney spent years researching the former prince.
What's happened is he's had a title removed, which hasn't really been removed, and he's had to downsize to a 5-bedroom house, which he's never going to live in probably anyway. So I don't think it's a great deal of punishment.
Let's pause right there. Did you hear that? Prince Andrew's punishment for these allegations was having some titles removed and being forced to downsize to a 5-bedroom house. If that's what a great deal of punishment looks like for the elite, then the rest of us are clearly living in a different reality. The biographer says he seems cheerful in public. Of course he is. When you live in a world where you can visit Buckingham Palace after a night out with a billionaire predator and face zero legal consequences for decades, why wouldn't you be cheerful? It's the audacity for me. Also, Bill Gates claiming he never met any women while at Epstein's house is like saying you went to a bakery just to smell the flour. We have the logs, Bill. The math isn't mathing.
Britain's former ambassador to the USA, Lord Peter Mandelson, appears repeatedly in the Epstein files.
Peter Mandelson is one of the most prominent politicians in Britain in the last 40 years.
Documents show that between 2003 and 2004, Epstein appears to have sent 3 separate payments of $25,000 referencing Lord Mandelson.
To have Epstein, of all people, giving him this money and then him replying to emails within seconds about government, I mean, you couldn't make it up, actually.
According to UK politics expert Martin Farr, the most significant document dates from December 2009, when Epstein emailed Lord Mandelson asking him to intervene on Britain's bankers' bonus policy. Mandelson replied, "I am on case." Martin Farr argues the exchange raises serious questions about misconduct in public office.
He's actually committing, in one sense, treason. He's working with foreign nationals to undermine his government from within for financial purposes, for financial inducements.
London's Metropolitan Police confirmed they have launched an investigation into a 72-year-old former government minister for alleged misconduct in public office. Lord Peter Mandelson has since resigned from the House of Lords. In January 2014, Epstein emailed an associate, writing, "Kevin Rudd will also be on the phone." Later that year, a further email refers to a scheduled meeting with the former Prime Minister. In a statement to 7:30, a spokesperson for Kevin Rudd said his office has no records of this meeting and he has never corresponded with Jeffrey Epstein or ever visited any of Jeffrey Epstein's houses.
This is standard operating procedure for Jeffrey Epstein. He insinuated himself into the lives and the meetings of the rich and powerful, and very often by acting as if he was in those circles.
Clive Palmer is mentioned in a text message from Steve Bannon, a former advisor to Donald Trump, to Jeffrey Epstein, which reads, "I had Clive Palmer do the 60 million anti-China and climate change ads." Today, Mr. Palmer said Bannon lied about influencing his campaign, but he did admit he received a call from him.
I picked up the phone and this fellow said, "It's Steve Bannon here." I said, "Hello, Steve, are you a member of our party?" He said, "No, I'm calling from the United States." I said, "Oh, well, we can't talk to people in the States. We can't take donations from overseas."
In 2011, Jeffrey Epstein emailed an associate, Andrew Forrest, Australian Iron Ore. A representative for Andrew Forrest told 7:30 he'd never met Epstein. There is no suggestion that appearing in the documents implies any wrongdoing. 7:30 is not suggesting Kevin Rudd, Andrew Forrest or Clive Palmer have ever met or had any ties to Epstein. The victims of Epstein are disappointed with the documents shared, claiming they were not redacted properly.
There was one survivor that was out there over 500 times, and some over 100 survivor names are out there that shouldn't be out there.
The document release also included images of alleged victims in states of undress.
I mean, on so many levels, it's a violation. We don't know their ages, but if they were underage, it's a violation of the laws against child sex abuse material being distributed.
US Attorney Jennifer Freeman represents Epstein accuser Maria Farmer. She complained to the FBI about Epstein in 1996. It was ignored at the time.
If only the government had done their job, then over 1,200 victims could have been spared and 30 years of trauma.
I am on case. These 4 words might be the most expensive sentence in British political history. Lord Mandelson, a former ambassador, was apparently replying to emails from Epstein about government banking policy within seconds. The expert in the video uses the word treason. Let that sink in. This isn't just about bad choices or creepy friends. This is about a foreign national influencing government policy through financial inducements. Mandelson resigned from the House of Lords, but let's be real. Resigning is the easy way out when you're facing a misconduct investigation. The fact that the FBI ignored Maria Farmer's complaints back in 1996 shows that the system didn't fail. It worked exactly as it was designed to, by protecting the powerful at the expense of over 1,200 victims. The most disturbing part of these 3.5 million documents isn't just who is on the list. It's how long they were allowed to stay there without anyone looking at their homework. Whether it's political interference or the standard operating procedure of acting as if they belong in those circles, the reality is that accountability has been missing for 30 years. If you enjoyed this reaction, hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Also, let me know, do you think these investigations will actually lead to jail time or just more resignations? Until next time, stay kind, stay informed, and don't let anyone dim your light. Peace out.